Please give me a few minutes of your time. Just watch what happened in Arise TV between Reuben Abati and a lawyer, a real lawyer, and an honest man brought by God. Listen to the comment and everything, how it unfolded. Reuben Abati may have hate Igbo people and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he was busy talking about Nnamdi Kanu abusing the judge, abusing the lawyers. That is not the case. The case is upholding the law and judging the case as a lawyer truthfully without any bias. You understand? This is a man who was rendition, kidnapped and brought back to Nigeria forcefully, and since that very time tortured and treated in ill manner, and people like Reuben Abati sees it as normal. All the judgment and all the sentence was done illegally and must not hold. That judge messed up, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu abused him that he will suffer, and God will punish him for that judgment, and he must not hold because everything was illegal. I want you to just take few minutes of your time and watch who is the real lawyer, and you will understand who Abati, Dr. Abati is. He's a bigot. He's a Yoruba bigot. I don't respect him because he does not believe in truth. He does not believe in the law. He claims to know the law, but he does not know the law because he disgraced himself and Yoruba in total. Here, watch.
Those who know this subject, I was misled by amateur legal advisors who turned a serious legal issue into a circus, and who misadvised him, and who led him to sack people like Kanu Agabi SAN, Ikpeazu SAN, Paul Erokoro SAN, who are handling the matter. Persons who, from the Court of Appeal in the previous matter, had already provided a template that could have provided a different outcome. And then you have these people, all these social media, Twitter lawyers, misleading him. So do you agree with that view?
Well,
the situation, what eventually happened in the Court of Justice of Motosho, could it have been avoided if the matter was handled differently?
Well, I do not know why he debriefed those lawyers. I also do not know why he decided to defend himself. But what is those are now in the realm of history or in the realm of the past. What now bothers many Nigerians was what happened on November 20th, the day he was sentenced, and the day he was convicted and eventually sentenced. Whether Nnamdi Kanu defended himself or not, what to many people is more critical and more important is the attitude of the judge and the justice of the matter. Don't forget that in criminal adjudication, one can only be convicted when there is preponderance of evidence, one, two, and when the prosecution is able to prove the case beyond all reasonable doubt. We are not saying all iota of doubt, but at least all reasonable doubt. And that justice must not only be done, but to be seen, manifestly be seen as having been done. The generality of the public of Nigeria and even the international community do not believe that justice was done in Nnamdi Kanu's case. Now, the whole issue about Nnamdi Kanu's matter beggars a lot of questions and defeats a lot of logic, because a lot of people, even Nnamdi Kanu himself, had continued to say it, even rambunctiously in court, that they should show him the law with which he's being tried. Because by the time many people didn't understand, because all the people who were not privy to the charges and people who were not privy to the goings on in court were at a loss as to why would a man be charged for an offense that is not known to law in a criminal trial. Because a Nigerian statute book says that one cannot be tried for a law of an offense not codified and known to law. And then
under the principle of fair
hearing.
Sections 35 and 36.
Absolutely. And there is nothing like retrogressive action in law when it comes to criminal action. Yeah. We are not a military regime. Now...
No, but Nnamdi Kanu was charged under the old law.
Under the old law?
Terrorism.
He was charged under the 2020...
No, not under 2022. Under the older law of
2011. 2013, yeah. Not 2022, 2013.
2013.
That was repealed.
That was the old law.
The old law that was repealed in 2022.
Yeah, but so, the new law will not take effect.
No, don't forget that that charge under the old law got extinguished in October 2022. When
but the law, you yourself just said it, cannot have retroactive effect.
We cannot have retroactive effect.
Those are issues they will resolve at the level of appeal.
No. There is one major issue that is even on the open. Okay. Because in the first instance, don't forget that Nnamdi Kanu had earlier been acquitted by the Federal High Court before federal government went to Court of Appeal. And every moment an accused is acquitted, discharged and acquitted, he goes home from the court. He can only go back to the prison or to wherever he was detained to collect his personal items. If he doesn't want, he can abandon them there. If he doesn't want, he can go from there to his house. If he doesn't want, because at the end of the day, the federal government refused to release him. So at that point of that discharge and acquittal in October of 2022, the court became functus officio. So you can no longer hold on that old law. But by the time you saw the judgment from the Constitutional Court, it was referring to the 2013 charge. So that became a very, very strong issue against that judgment and against the entire procedure.
Okay, but where the accused person abusing the presiding judge, and you said, oh, the presiding judge is a problem. What do you expect his lordship to have done in a situation whereby the accused person took over the proceedings of the court and questioned his integrity, questioned his... So what the judge did eventually in the 144-page judgment that I have seen is that he just applied the law. Simply.
Dr. Abati, you may say so, the judge may claim so, but the judge committed what majority of the people describe as a travesty of justice, and I tell you why.
No, look, don't quote mob opinion.
It's not a mob opinion because there are the facts are there. The judge jumped into the arena. The judge even usurped the office of the executive.
How?
I'll tell you why. It does not lie in the purview of the court to decide where a convict will be kept. The very moment you decide, you give it your judgment, you become functus officio. It is the duty of the executive to determine.
Which means that the matter has ended.
Yeah, the matter has ended. It's the duty of the for the judge to say.
What functus officio means.
For the judge to say he has to be kept in a certain form of confinement. He's jumping into the arena. He's overreaching his office.
Was it the judge that said he must be taken to Sokoto?
The judge said so, and possibly for them to have taken him to Sokoto, they may be obeying again the order of the court, which of course is an illegal order because he has become functus officio. Again, the injustice done against Nnamdi Kanu
was that part of the ratio or part of?
It was part of the angst you mentioned that he insulted the judge.
No, I didn't say.
No, he said that he insulted the judge in the open court, the presiding judge, and I now ask if anybody misconducts himself in the court, is it not contempt?
No, but
contempt in the face of the court.
But that judgment
so it cannot come in any way close to issue of terrorism. If the judge felt he was insulted,
whatever the judge may have said, obita,
the same way
immaterial.
Is good. The other issue that still keeps hanging on is if you look at all the counts, the 7 counts, a lot of them will be talking about his broadcasts. Almost about 5 of the charges talk about his broadcasts, and that is why his lawyer said, "How has Mayor Puffy word of mouth amount to terrorism?" You know that when you are talking about criminal issues, you are talking about the actus reus and the mens rea, the reasons and the action. If
the mind to commit,
and then the act itself, committal of that act. Where is the committal of the act, and where is the mind to commit the act? What he did was he
look,
insulted the authorities.
No,
because
don't
he possibly felt that he was not getting what he expected from the system. So these are all the issues that will come on appeal at the end of the day.
Don't let us reopen the case. Let's start with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.